Hello there to everybody at CamperBuyer.com. My name is Michael Roberts, but you might know me as the Chef Camper. I live and travel in my van and travel all over Europe capturing recipes, and then I share those recipes online. And today I have got a special recipe for all of you from CamperBuyer.com. For this recipe, we're going to go into Arcachon Bay. Arcachon is just situated just west of Bordeaux, and it's in Arcachon that you find some of the best mussels and some of the best oysters in the world. And you also find these amazing little French bistros where they have a plat de jour, which is menu of the day. And today my menu is going to be some beautiful poached hake with some leeks, some saffron, some shallots and some white wine, of course, served with some nice new potatoes. So stick around and let's cook this together. Now let me talk you through what we've got. We've got some fillets of hake here that I've just picked up. They haven't got any skin on. If you can get them with skin on, great. If not, don't worry too much. I've got some part-boiled new potatoes. I've got a baguette that I could probably knock a camping peg in with, but we'll soften that up later, don't worry. I've got a couple of leeks. I've got some creme fraiche. I've got some stock, vegetable stock, chicken stock, fish stock will do well for this. I've got a couple of cloves of garlic. I've got some saffron, which is just going to add that luxury elegance, the beautiful sunset colours to the dish. I've got some dried tarragon. If you've got fresh, that's great, but with dried, you can use around a teaspoon. I've got a lemon that I've already zested quite a bit because I've been having a few different dishes this week, and a couple of shallots and some fresh parsley. This dish should be very simple. Oh, and not forgetting, of course, a Bordeaux white wine, a Bordeaux white, which definitely helps. Right, first of all, we need to get our mise en place done, which is basically chop this, prep this, get this all ready so we can just cook it in one shot in one pan. First thing I'm going to do is I've got my stock here. It's still hot and warm. So what I'm going to do is get my saffron and just put it in my stock. Then I'm going to get my tarragon and pop that in the stock too. Going to give that a little swirl. So that's just going to infuse and almost make a bit of a tea. And what that will do is it will take a little bit of the kind of bitterness that you get off dried tarragon, and it'll also give that saffron chance just to release its flavour into the stock. So it'll layer it all up in the pan for us. Right, let's not put the wine away just yet. I think I might need this today. Okay, right, let's go. First job. We've got our heat underneath the pan. We are just going to take a shallot. And I always like to have a little tray or something to put my kind of waste stuff into. We're just going to quickly slice this up. Don't get too stressed or worried about it. Just slice, dice, lob it in. Oh God, I'm spilling my stock already and all that expensive saffron. Oh goodness. Right, we might have to get more saffron out of the safe. Right, we'll chop the garlic as well. Oh, try not to take a finger off. Now for the leek, we only want to take the white and the middle bit. We don't want to take the dark greens. And we're just going to cut them into nice discs, about 3 mil thick, I think. So we put our oil in the pan, it's nice and preheated. We're going to go in with our shallots. Give them a couple of minutes, and then we'll go in with our garlic. Seems as though we're in France. We're going to lob a bit of butter in there too, because butter makes everything taste great. Now, just a big spoonful should do it. That's been a couple of minutes. Let's go in with our garlic. Oh, the smell of this is just fantastic. This is getting me excited already. I'm getting flashbacks to all those little French bistros that line themselves along the coast of Arcachon. Arcachon Bay is for me the heartbeat of kind of seafood of the Bordeaux region, and actually a lot of the oysters from Arcachon Bay find themselves in the top restaurants in Paris as well. They're considered some of the best oysters in the world, and you can actually taste the difference in the oyster depending on whether or not it's been raining or not. So after you've had a little walk around Arcachon Bay and you've decided to have too many oysters and too many mussels and too many crevettes or prawns, you might find yourself just relaxing a little bit and then pulling into these little bistros and having a dish like this. Now you can see on my menu today, I'm calling today's restaurant the Arcachon Bistro, Le Plat de Jour, which is the daily menu of the day, and it is a merlu poché au saffron et poireau. With my terrible French, basically means poached hake with some saffron and leeks. It's a very simple dish with some new potatoes, but it's just very classical plat du jour sort of day. And in Arcachon, when you're kind of looking for these sort of places, what you'll probably find is they're like 12 or 15 euros and you'll get a glass of wine. But my prix today price is basically take it or leave it, because you haven't got any other options. We're now going to go in with the leeks. We're just going to soften these leeks, and these leeks are just going to add a nice sweetness. They're going to go silky, they're going to go beautiful and soft, and they're just going to layer this pan with plenty of flavour. And actually, whilst we've got the leeks in, let's turbocharge the sauce a little bit. Let's go in with about a glass of wine, and we're just going to let that wine reduce down almost to a bit of a syrup. The leeks have reduced down with that white wine, the garlic, the shallots, they're nice and soft, they've gone silky. It's now time to add the stock. Now that stock has been infused with tarragon and saffron. So we're going to reduce that stock and we're going to take that back about 50% just to basically turbocharge the flavour. This is very classic French cookery. Whilst that stock with the saffron, the tarragon, the leeks, the shallots, the garlic, a little bit of butter, whilst that's just reducing down, I think it's a perfect opportunity to maybe neck some of this white wine, because everything will just taste a bit better, won't it? So that's just reduced down the saffron, the tarragon, the dried saffron, the leeks, the garlic, the shallots, the white wine, the stock. We've reduced that down by about 50% now, and this is just glorious. The colour of it just reminds me of those beautiful West Coast sunsets that you get on the west coast of France. Now, to, I guess, give this dish a little bit more comfort, we could just leave it exactly as it is now and poach the hake in it and it'd be absolutely beautiful. But for me today, I'm going to add just a little bit, touch more of luxury. I'm just going to go in with, I would say, maybe 3 or 4 teaspoons of creme fraiche. Let's go for 5 because I like excess. Okay, it's now time to add the fish to that beautiful layered stock sauce that we've got. And now we're just going to gently let that fish poach for about 8 minutes, I would say 8 to 10 minutes, but you can keep checking and don't worry about it. And now we just pop the lid on, we let it do its thing, and we focus on our next challenge. Finally, our potatoes. Now you can do 2 things with your potatoes. You can pop them back onto your barbecue and roast them up a little bit, or you can just leave them nice and plain and just let that sauce do the talking, which I think I might do. I might keep this one simple. So that's been simmering away for about 8 minutes, and having a little peek and a little touch tells me it's ready. So here we have my plat du jour from the Arcachon Bistro. This is poached hake in that silky saffron, leek, shallots, white wine, vegetable stock, creme fraiche, beautiful sauce. This just reminds me of those sunset suppers that we had in Arcachon Bay at the very beginning of our journey, where I discovered food doesn't need to be complicated. It can be quite simple. And as you've seen, I've cooked this in just one simple dish on a simple stove. Nothing complicated about this. We've served it with those new potatoes, which I heated back up on the barbecue. I actually rolled them in a little bit of butter and some tarragon as well. That rock hard French bread, well, we just dampened it a little bit and put it back on the field oven. So now that's nice, crusty and great, and it'd be great for mopping out the pan. This, for me, is classical French bistro dish from Arcachon Bay. And if you get a chance to take your motorhome to the Arcachon Bay area, then go out and look for a dish like this. Beautiful. Right, shall we have lunch? Bon appetit. Oui. Bon appetit, everybody, and merci CamperBuyer.com in my best French accent. Enjoy. Bon appetit.